to see Lane Kiffin land, our new head coach.
Cam Fernberg joined dozens of diehard LSU fans in the cold and rainy weather to welcome their new head football coach to Baton Rouge for the first time.
We've had season tickets since 1958, and finally got some enthusiasm around the program, fresh face, some excitement. With it comes football.
It's the news that LSU fans have been waiting weeks for, since Brian Kelly was fired mid-season. Kiffin walked away from Ole Miss right before the playoffs, which sent Rebels fans over the edge. But that hate quickly turned into love as Tigers fans greeted Kiffin at the airport.
So first of all, I was passing by and I saw the commotion, but I just watched how Ole Miss had dismissed him. And so what better way than to be received well by the team that you're coming to? So I thought that was a good thing. So I was like, let me go be a part of that.
Nikisha Kelly, LSU class of 2009, says this support and energy is what the Tigers have been missing. And she's not the only one who thinks that. Even though Kiffin only briefly rolled down his window to say hi on his way to campus, it was more than these fans felt like they had gotten over the last few years.
The class act. He could have just rolled out of here with everything that's going on in his life. He obviously slowed down and acknowledged the crowd, which is good. That's what you need here. I feel like we never got that with Brian Kelly.
Tony Klein says this represents a new era of LSU football and a better attitude around the program, too.
That piece is what was missing, definitely, but at the same time, it shows that he's excited to be here and wants to connect with the fans. So that's something good to look forward to.
Though all they got was a quick wave, fans made it clear that they're pumped about Kiffin's arrival, and they have hope in him bringing the Tigers a national championship.
We didn't get to see him get off the plane, but it is what it is. We're part of history.
That history is already writing itself, with a press conference set for tomorrow. Riley Kramer, WAFB 9 News.
They asked about my MRI. MRIs are very,
Governor Walz asked you to release the MRI records.
Will you tell us what it was
Governor
for?
Walz, you mean the incompetent Governor Walz? So if they want to release it, it's okay with me to release it. It's perfect.
What would please? Can you tell us what they were looking at?
For what, releasing?
No. What part of your body was the MRI looking at?
I have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark.
This year's Black Friday and Small Business Saturday brought a strong start to the holiday shopping season, with many retailers reporting busier stores than expected. And while online sales continue to grow, in-person shopping saw its own shift this year. From Black Friday lines to Small Business Saturday deals, retailers have seen an influx of customers this weekend. Let's take a look at how this year's turnout compares to past ones. PassBy.com reports a modest bump in foot traffic this Black Friday, up just over 1% from last year. That means more than 53 million in-store visits nationwide. Analyst James Ewan says the rise shows shoppers are steadily returning to brick-and-mortar stores. Locally, one small business owner says it's about the experience.
Physical media is becoming kind of more the interest right now. People are getting burnt out on streaming, so they like coming in here, they like touching stuff, and you'll look at the box and decide if you want to take it home with you. So I get the other side of that, actually, which is that people want to tangibly handle stuff, look at it, and the person-to-person aspect, I think, is something we could use more of, get back into that lane a little bit.
Many small businesses also reported a strong turnout on Black Friday, seeing both regular customers and first-time shoppers pack into their stores.
Small Business Saturday was really good, and we had a really busy Friday.
This year was definitely bigger and better.
Online shopping offers convenience, but co-owner of In Bloom, Ron Cooper, says there's still value in getting to shop in person.
Everybody shops online, so I just say you got to find that balance. For convenience, sometimes you have to shop online or to get the items you want, but always get out so you can, never give up the joy of shopping. Small business is the backbone of our country, not just during the holidays, but all throughout the year. So small business is very important to our local economy. It employs a lot of people, and it's just something we should focus on.
Shoppers are finding a mix of convenience and experience, and local stores hope the momentum continues. Local stores say they were able to attract shoppers with special deals and holiday treats, and they hope the enthusiastic response shown this weekend encourages people to continue shopping local throughout the holiday season.
Weather Impact Team.
Well, we've had our first of a couple of rounds of rainfall expected to move through the Tennessee Valley this week. Already come through. There's the frontal boundary, as you can see, moving through the rest of the Deep South with a cloudy sky condition really settling up for the remainder of the overnight hours. Rainfall finally finished just a little bit around noontime or thereafter in our far easternmost counties, where most locations there were registering anywhere from around a half an inch or less, and then back off towards the west around a tenth to 3/10 of an inch, like in Russellville. Now, one thing I want to show you, though, we're not done with rain chances just yet. Look at this. We're going to see another round coming back in tomorrow, Tuesday. Wednesday, we take a brief break, and then we see it jumping back up as we head towards the latter part of the work week and into the weekend. But I will say you can't just take these numbers at face value. Tomorrow, you would think 70% chance. That means all day. No, it does not. Let's break that down for you and show you what the hour by hour looks like. Notice in the morning time, not looking at much of anything. Even going into the afternoon hours, we start to see a slow progression of the rain potential, and then increasing significantly as we head towards the evening hours. That's really when we're going to see the rain potential setting up. So let's break it down a little bit more for you. Futurecast for tomorrow morning. Notice cloud cover still present. Then here comes the moisture back off towards the west. Neighbors in Arkansas seeing maybe a little bit of some wintry potential. So if you're heading that way, just urge caution. Travel may be a little bit icy in Arkansas, but we're not expecting to see that with this system. Just good old-fashioned cold rain here. As we go into the evening hours of Monday, just a big swath of shower activity that will continue through the area until the center of this low, which lifts out of the Gulf, finally starts to move east. And I think most, if not all, rainfall will be done before 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. So the majority of Tuesday will be dry. Tuesday evening, start to see some clearing. Then we go all day long on Wednesday with a beautiful forecast here. It will be chilly. We'll have those temperatures staying well below normal for this time of the year. As we talked about yesterday, upper 50s to near 60 degrees should be our average high. We're going to be about 10 degrees below that. Now, as we go into Thursday, we'll start off dry, but look what happens. We start to see that moisture coming in from the southwest. As it begins to lift into the area, it's going to take the majority of the day to do so. Outside of cloud cover, that's where we'll see the moisture come from. Then seeing it turning into rainfall as we head into Thursday night and Friday. Now, I will say I'll stop it here at this point. We are going to have to watch this system a little more closely. As you notice, the timing of this is going to be more towards the evening hours and into the overnight time frame. If we couple that with some of the temperatures we're starting to see, this may produce more than just rainfall. It's not set in stone just yet, but it's certainly something worth watching this week, as the option is still on the table for that potential. Back to the top, though, rainfall-wise, any liquid that does fall from the sky this week, we're going to see a good bit of rainfall activity from this. Anywhere from an inch of rainfall for our westernmost counties near Mississippi, back off towards the east, we could see anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, depending on where you are. Huntsville being right there in the mix of all of that. For tonight, temperatures will cool down into the upper 20s and lower 30s. That's going to be your official low there. And then as we go into the day tomorrow, rain chances increasing by the afternoon hours. Those temperatures struggling to get out of the upper 40s and lower 50s. 43 for high Tuesday, 51 Wednesday. We'll just dance around the upper 40s to lower 50s for high temperatures through next Sunday, with low-end rain chances mixed in as well.
As more families start preparing to decorate for the holidays, many are facing the choice of whether to pick out a real or artificial Christmas tree for the season.
There's a lot of tradition and family stories and other really important things built into that.
If sustainability is important to you, Dr. Jennifer Russell, Associate Professor at Virginia Tech, says a main factor to take into consideration is how long you're planning on using your tree for.
So real trees are fantastic. They make our houses smell great. They're bringing nature into our home, but they have a life cycle of 1 year, right? So they'll have to grow for 7 to 8 years to be used once, and then they're going to be disposed. And the advantage of an artificial tree in that context is that it's very energy intensive and high impact to make that tree the first time, but then you can use it for many, many years. And so it's much more durable.
Because of the plastic and metal materials in artificial trees, Dr. Russell says they should be kept and reused for a minimum of 7 years in order to have lower overall impacts on the environment compared to buying a real tree every year.
There's such a high upfront investment of energy and impact, but the longer that you use it, the more you can kind of amortize or to allocate those impacts over time compared to a real Christmas tree.
Meanwhile, Dr. Russell also recommends avoiding artificial trees with lights built in to help expand their life cycles.
Bulbs are more likely to go, and electrical wires are more likely to be degraded over time.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
After gobbling up that Thanksgiving turkey, those fan-favorite side dishes, and all the countless desserts we can't resist, it's time for the leftovers. But if stuffing your stomach with more food is the last thing you want to do after a full day of Thanksgiving feasting, there's a new plan. Convert those food scraps into jet fuel.
So we try my lab to mimic the Mother Nature's process.
Professor Yuan Weizhang, a researcher at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, says his lab of agricultural engineers has found a way to take excess food waste and convert it into biofuel. The team started by collecting food waste from nearby food processing plants, then using a chemical process to essentially fast-forward nature's timeline, which would normally take millions of years to create crude oil from organic matter. Now, minus the waiting, the team's food-turned biofuel has all the makings to go straight into a plane as conventional jet fuel.
Think about today's economy. We are more than 80 and 90% of our daily consumer product is derived from petroleum, crude oil. So if we can supplement or replace the crude oil, then, well, the world is much nicer.
But while the future of fuel could come down to what's left on the table,
sounds pretty cool.
Some say they have mixed feelings about turning those leftover holiday scraps into future fuel for travel.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I feel like most leftovers are probably not great for powering vehicles. They're better ate the next day.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, we compost, so any way to make that not feel wasted, I think is a great idea.
At this point, these findings are still more of a proof of concept, but researchers say it does open up the possibility of using food waste to help the airline industry eventually achieve net zero carbon emissions. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
For the first time, Kelly Clarkson has joined Spotify's Billions Club. The singer's Grammy-winning 2004 hit Since You've Been Gone has topped 1 billion plays on the streaming service. Dame Judi Dench says her eye problems are growing worse. She told ITV, "I can't recognize anybody now. I can't see the television. I can't see to read." The Oscar-winning actress has been open about her age-related macular degeneration since 2012.
Every place has their own unique Christmas experience, but there's no place like New York.
Tree season.
Tree season.
Tree season
starts now.
These 5 families dominate New York's Christmas tree business. The documentary The Merchants of Joy looks at their high-pressure holiday trade as the self-described frenemies work to help New Yorkers hang a shining star upon the highest bough. The Merchants of Joy is now streaming on Prime Video. In Christmas Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Catch full episodes of Trending Topics streaming on FOX54 Plus on demand Monday through Fridays, where we talk about the hottest happenings and we give you our hottest takes. From movies and TV to music and fashion, we're always talking about something.
While the saying goes, there's no place like home for the holidays, many of our dwellings could be hosting a slew of seasonal allergens.
So the more time we spend indoors, especially as the temperatures get colder, the most common indoor allergens are typically dust mite, and then of course your animals like pets.
According to Dr. Victoria Wen of The Ohio State University, even your tree could be an allergy trigger.
So there's something called Christmas tree syndrome, and it is related to when you pick up a fresh Christmas tree from the farm, there are mold spores in there that are dormant. The molds typically are dormant when the temperatures are cold, and then as you bring the Christmas tree indoors and there's more humidity and warmth, it can actually activate mold spores. You can also get symptoms from artificial products, like artificial trees or your decorations in the home if they've been stored in areas where dust might accumulate.
Allergy symptoms can vary, but most people experience
runny nose, itchy eyes, sneezing, congestion as well.
There's also a variety of different treatment options.
The first would be avoidance measures, where we would want to know what you're allergic to so that we can try to modify behaviors either at home or in the environment to help prevent exposures. Medications would be the next step. And then the third option would be immunotherapy.
Allergens aside, the cold air this season can also cause negative reactions, including runny noses and hives. I'm Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then, stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush. Fast-paced news updates, featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True crime warrior style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Download the Fox 54 Plus app today on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, or Samsung TV. Open the app and dive into non-stop content.
There's more to Fox 54 Plus with the Locked On Podcast Network. From the Tide to the Tigers, from college teams to pro, the Locked On Podcast Network gives you insights and analysis you just can't find anywhere else.
These kids, they want to play.
But I don't think so. I think it was Chad Baker-Mazzara.
Locked On Sports, streaming every day of the week and right here on Fox 54 Plus.